Alright, hey guys, it's Bumps of the Night here. I just got tagged recently in a reaction video for Shady Side Library. He did the bookish bucket list, so I took one of my personal books, so I actually do a lot of like my notes and stuff. It's kind of almanac-y at this point, but anyway, not important. I took it and wrote down his questions and decided to come up with some answers for it. He tagged me and he does a lot of stuff for the community. He's a real big booktuber. He's growing, at least in my opinion. He makes quality content, high quality content. I definitely think you should check out. All his videos are wholesome. Really nice guy. Got a P.O. box now. I should send him something, and maybe I will when I get back from Japan. Here's my bookish bucket list. Number one author, living or dead, that I'd love to meet. So, although I do read a lot, I'd say probably 70% of my shelf is probably manga, if not 75%. So, although a lot of the manga artists are still alive, I don't really have a preference to meet any of them, so I'd have to go with, and I know this is going to sound basic, especially because of like what I'm wearing, but R.L. Stine. I've yet to actually meet him. Very interested in meeting him, so that's happening. For now, R.L. Stine. What's a book or a book series that I dream of owning one day? It's not so much, it is a book, but it's like, it's manga, so big surprise there. There's a series called Air Gear. It is this really neat series, came out in like the early 2000s. It was like high functioning rollerblades that had little motors in them, so like they rode really fast and they battled with them and stuff. And you know, it's a shonen. It's an out of print series. Specifically, Air Gear number 28 goes for stupid high prices, and I don't know why. It's like my white whale of manga. I actually only have like a couple of the books, and I got them as omnibus because I'm like, oh, you know, I'll just buy them in bulk and save the space. Well, they went out of business printing them, so from 1 to 17 have omnibus. The rest are just single volumes, and I don't like mixing and matching. I'm worried about my collection like that, so I kind of listed the omnibus I have, and I'm starting from 1 volume to volume 37, I think. So, yeah, it's my white whale, and I just don't really want to pay like these absurd prices that are on eBay. But someday I'm going to hunt it down. What's one book everyone should read? So, I'm not like a super deep reader. Like I said, a lot of it's manga and a lot of it's like YA horror. So here's a stupid one, and I don't care if you disrespect it or not, but it was the first book I ever read. And actually my mom read this book to me so much that the cover fell off of the book, but it is The Big Pumpkin. Real simple children's book. Love it. It's got a real Halloween vibe to it. Like I said, we read it so much the cover fell off. We had to buy another copy of it. So it's one of the things that got me into Halloween, like the love of spooky stuff, and again, it's just really nostalgic for me, so I think it's a really short, fun book, especially if you have kids. Read it to your kids. Who knows, it might put them on a lifelong kick with spooky stuff. It was like, you seen that meme, the slide one, where it's just like, Goosebumps as a kid, lifelong obsession with horror? Well, run it back, that's what got me a Goosebumps. Name something I want to check off my book bucket list by this year. I would say if it's not completing a couple more books on the shelf I haven't read yet, because I am making pretty good progress. I don't know if you've noticed, my videos have slowed down. It's been kind of taking some time for me. I mentioned in like the moving video that I wasn't really feeling it myself, so I've been doing like me stuff. Kind of trying to make myself just feel a little more like I'm not wasting time. Not that making videos are wasting time, but when I feel like it becomes a full-time job and I'm not getting paid at the point, it feels like wasted time. So without the ramble, I just recently picked up this. It's a pretty large lot of like the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal editions. That series kind of hits close to home. It's one of my favorite series, if not the best series, I'd like to say, personally. But that's, again, it's opinion. I'm missing like 4 or 5 of the Full Metal editions, so my goal is before the end of the year, I want to have the entire thing completed, because they're already released, so it's just a matter of picking up the volumes I'm missing. So a book series I dream of owning someday would be number 5. So I don't want to cheat and go back. I did technically just say Air Gear was like my white whale of a series, but if we're talking actual books and not like nerdy manga comic stuff, there are these books written based on movies, specifically all like the horror movies in like the 70s, 80s got the treatment. Definitely 80s for sure, but these are the Halloween books. So there's Halloween 1, 2, and then Halloween 3. I would like to own all of those. Actually, the only book I own that's like based on a movie is I've got a copy of Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. It's one book, and it's got both. It's really weird. I'll just put a picture up. Found it at a used Goodwill bookstore. Loved it. Grabbed it immediately. Number 6 is one... What book... Number 6 is, what book video do I want to make? Well, if it's not a full breakdown of my library, because it's constantly changing, I guess just more like videos in general. I mean, I am reviewing the Goosebumps series on the podcast. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check out that Goosebumps podcast, Can't Be Murder. We get kind of silly in there as we break down and review the books. But yeah, just more stuff like that. I do enjoy reviewing stuff. It's always fun, no matter of time, and writing a script that feels like it's relatable, and I'm not just like yapping over here. So it's hit and miss, but I'd say probably a full breakdown on my shelves if I had to guess. I did go from having 3 to 5 now, which is nice. Number 7, what genre would I like to try reading? So I guess like genres being the basic stuff, horror, thriller, that kind of stuff. That's what I read. I guess maybe some spicy books, some of them dark romance books. You know what I'm saying? You know. I'm just kidding. God, no. No thanks. No hand necklaces here. Yeah, thanks, Book Talk. I know all about that now. But then again, I guess most husbands do if they have wives. I guess personally for me, I mainly read like horror, thriller, a little bit of fantasy, so maybe sci-fi, but not like that real like corny Star Wars shit. I'm talking like maybe like more alien-based books. I don't really know. It's a good question. I don't have an answer to aside from the jokey one. If I could have, it's called an ARC, but it's an advanced reading copy, which I actually didn't know that. So thanks for sharing that with me, Shady Side. Learn something new every day. If I could have an ARC, if I will, which is an advanced reading copy of any book, what would it be? Personally, I'd say probably the 4th book for the Bumps in the Night series. Not that I've read 2 or 3, but if we're just going off wish lists at this point. But I highly do recommend Mall of Madness. I've read it and reviewed it. Fantastic book. Number 9. If you could do a buddy read along with anyone, who? So I thought this was a really interesting question. Shady Side said Post Malone, which is hilarious. I think that's a fantastic answer. Personally, for me, this is just going to be more of like an emotional plug. I would probably read the entire Harry Potter series with my mom. She got me into it when I was a kid. Actually, that transition probably from Goosebumps to Harry Potter. Like I remember I was in the 1st or 2nd grade. I read the entire 1st book, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's a 6th grade level reading book," and everyone was freaking out. And I just felt so smart because I was like, "Yeah, I read that." Anyway. So if I could read a book with anybody, I'd read the entire Harry Potter series with my mom, mainly just because, like I said, she loved it, and it would be an extended amount of time with her now that she's gone. So, not to make it sad, but that's who I'd read along with. So this is number 10. Name a book you always wanted to read. For me, I would say it'd be Dracula by Bram Stoker. I've never gotten around to it. I actually do have a copy. My mom left me, so her copy's on my shelf. It's funny. I should show you guys the picture. Her stupid dog, the Chiweenier, chewed like the corner of it and ruined it. So I was like, because I'm real precise about my books, but it didn't actually ruin the story. He just got the corner, so you can still read the whole book. So I decided to honor her and keep it, plus her signatures in the front. So because don't forget, people used to steal books. Like that's a big thing. When you find people's names in the front of your books, it's because people used to steal books. So Dracula would be my answer. Have not gotten around to it. I'd like to. Love classic monsters, and I think I've heard things about it, but I can't actually speak on it because I haven't read it. But all right, so my turn. I'm gonna tag some people. I'm gonna put you up on the screen here. So I'm thinking of someone like I don't know, Brandon Syme, aka Deadshock Studios, and Taco Life for Me, aka Josh Reviews Incorporated. Just kidding, it's Josh Rasaki. The Grinch, aka he changes his fucking YouTube constantly. I don't know what he is, but here he goes. Goosebumps Completionist, because I think he'd have some interesting thoughts on this. And Reviewer Beware. Those are my 5. I know Shady Side tagged a shit ton more people, but I did it, and I tagged some more people, so let's see if we keep it rolling here. Oh, you know what, while we're at it, the real Arstein Collector. So, it's been a long time, Jeremy. You've been tagged. Alright, guys, that's about it. That was my bookish bucket list. Fun little idea. So, thanks for that, Zach. I appreciate you including me. I think that's awesome. I love your content, and keep it up. And if you guys like my content, do some of the things. You know the things. But if you don't know the things, oh well.